Yeah, let us wait for a few minutes. Resource person will be joining.
Hey, Altaf there. Bench 2 members అన్న. Bench 2 members split down.
Srinaskar. Hello, can you hear me? Am I audible?
Hello, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Madhu. Hello.
Sir, can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yeah. Mr. Madhu.
Yes.
Yeah, I think joined. Okay, it is not visible. That's I could not get.
Yeah, I'm just switching on.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning to one and all, particularly the students from IT department, secondary students. We have a pool of 70 students joined this session. I welcome you all for this event, a motivational talk by our beloved alumni, Mr. Kiran Kallu. Is a well-known and a successful startup founder. He is with us today to give a brief about his startup activities and how he has faced several problems. He come up with a variety of solutions, and you will come to know many interesting things about him. And this is being organized as a part of IIC calendar activity to give you more inputs about what is happening in AICT initiated events, particularly to promote innovation and entrepreneurship activities in the campus. And you may be aware there are several events being promulgated by AICTE and Innovation Cell, which is at AICT headquarters. They're bringing up so many items, so many events, particularly to promote these innovation ecosystem in the campus. As part of this, we were with taken an MOU with many organizations to take up this task. And our interest is to see your interest in this idea and some interest inclination towards startup. We are here to help you out and we have a good system in place to make you accelerate the process of converting your idea into a successful business model. We will be helping you at every stage, every step. Whatever the required inputs are there, we will help you out. We have with us Atal Incubation Center, Anantapuram. They are helping a lot in these activities. Yeah. Coming to this session, it will be a talk about how Mr. Madhu founded this company and how what are the problems I faced, what are the opportunities available in the market for particularly software students like you, and what the need of the hour. And you may be aware, just recently, couple of days back, a national event called Smart India Hackathon, where around 500 problem statements were posted for you to give the answer. A number of areas they had quoted, like the present day buzzwords like uh, cyber security, blockchain technology, data science, and many other areas. They wanted to give you the solutions. Very, very interesting, and really being not being a software, I could see a lot of opportunities for you to excel in this side. And you might be aware that January 16th is being named as National Startup Day. Recently, for the last couple of days, during this January 26th Republic Day message, and you might have heard from Prime Minister and President of India, the initiatives taken by the government, particularly to move this entrepreneurship ecosystem in the country, right? There are a lot of funds have been allocated. Even yesterday's business and budget speech, you might have seen the finance minister was giving out several soups for startup ecosystem. That uh, present day in our country, that startup boom is going on, and you can take help. I mean, you can get grab the opportunity out of it. So now I request Mr. Madhukiran Garu, before I proceed, I just give a brief about Mr. Madhukiran Kallu, founder and CEO of Maltech Solutions Private Limited. He is well known and is our beloved alumni uh, from our college, and he has established this Maltech Solutions Private Limited. And I gone through his website recently. It was just good. It's just good. A clear-cut vision and a mission, and they are going in a very right direction. And they had given a lot of uh, areas. You are just going into diversifying their activities in a variety of areas, product engineering and services, uh, infrastructure integration technology, right? And many more they were into. And I would like to add up, recently they have come up with this local Shopee app, wherein they are helping this, I mean, the people who want some sort of delivery directly at their doorstep, more similar to Amazon and Flipkart, where you want the localized areas, the people, particularly this during this COVID situation, they are finding difficult. For them, this is giving the solution that it is being popular. After going to that, one of my friend recently was talking about that, sir, this is very famous local Shopee, and many people are using this app for doorstep delivery of items. Presently, it is being active in Bapatla and Kerala region, right? Local. Very nice to hear this one also, sir. And I thank you very much, Mr. Madhukiran. You are with us today to enlighten our students, particularly in this innovative ideas to cope up with present day situations and the opportunities available for the new entrant to join. Right. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us. And may I request Sri Madhukiran Garu to take over the proceedings and give away your speech. Thank you, sir. Please.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your introduction. And let me share my screen. And very good afternoon to everybody. I hope it's a lunchtime, but I will not make you guys into more theory and other informations and all. I'll just be very clear, and I will give the clear information. And most probably, the best thing is like I'll be available in Bapatla itself. So if you guys want to connect with me anytime, I'm happy to connect with you guys and give the inputs as well. So yeah, let me share my screen very quick. Yeah, let me know once you guys can able to see my screen. Hope you guys can able to see my screen, I think. If not, please let me know. Right. So I'm just going to share the information about the entrepreneurship, how the journey in this entrepreneurship. So basically, in the textbooks, maybe we will be writing the answers for our exams. So what is maybe a software application, or maybe like your own theory. Maybe if you are from mechanical or if you are from IT and different departments. So if you have a concept, you just write some definition, and you will be taking it forward by giving some other more detail about the definition. So coming to you, the definitions point of view in the textbook. So regards to the entrepreneurship, it's like with connection with land, labor, and the resources, and how we can generate the capital or profit, and how to take risk, how we can implement our ideas in a better way. All these things will be covered. So I will be also sharing some reality things as well, which we overcome in my career, in my entrepreneurship career. So briefly, I will cover about this risk-taking, opportunity, and critical thinking. How we need to think in the critical times, and how we need to build a team, and how to raise the capital, and how to learn from the failures. So very simple. I'll just cover like what are the things we'll be covering in this entrepreneur. And to introduce myself, Madhu Kiran. I'm the CEO of this Smartech Solutions Private Limited. And we are into like IT technology services, IT services, where we do product development, web application developments, and some app developments, and also selling the products as well. So we do multiple type of services. We have the company called Martech, and also recently, like 4-5 months back, as I said, we started the business called Local Shopping. That is purely for the local people who are facing difficulty, especially who are staying in the towns, like like Bapatla, Chirala, small towns, not for the cities purpose. Of course, it works for cities, but already bigger brands like Swiggy, Zomato, Big Basket already available there. But in the towns, people are suffering. There are like middle class people, high level people who can still use this type of services. So we thought of that, and we try to bring the bigger brands here. Unfortunately, they are not ready to get into this particular type of cities due to less population, because the investment will be more and output will be low. So though they did not showed interest actually. So we thought like why can't we start our own, and we have initiated this local job. I will go much more deeper on that later. However, first and foremost, you guys need to ask yourself why you want to be an entrepreneur, and what exactly you're planning to solve. What problem you're planning to solve by becoming an entrepreneur. Either it might be a product or service. And do you have the resources? Do you have the funds? And what are the risks involved in this? So this is a very, very important slide, which every upcoming entrepreneur should think about it, so that they will not fail. So many people, so many entrepreneurs fail because they don't think how to move forward, or what exactly they are planning to succeed. If they don't have proper idea, they will definitely fail. So we should have proper vision, and also we should need to think properly on that. So before we get into detail, if you want to become an entrepreneur, so what and all will be involved, we need to think. As a second point, as I stated here, what exactly the problem you are planning to solve. If we take an example, let's take Swiggy. Swiggy is trying to solve a customer or like a consumer customer problem where if they want to get the items to be delivered into their doorstep from the restaurant which they like. So what are all restaurants available? They are connecting with them and they are trying to provide a platform to the customer so that the problem for the customer will be solved. So they identified that particular problem and they're trying to solve it. So that's the reason they have a huge amount of customers. Let's take Uber, Ola. They are trying to solve the traveling related problem. The people who just want to travel from one place to other place, they're trying to solve that with a simple tech by adding the technology. So that, however, the delivery services are available without Uber, without Swiggy, and transport service is available without Uber or Ola. But still, why Uber, Ola, or Swiggy, these companies succeeded? The thing is like they brought the things into customers' hands and they made it simple, easy, and answerable. Like if they are doing something wrong, we can question the company. So there is something which is a place where we can able to solve the problem easily. So that's how they brought the services to customer hands. So this type of product helped customers, and these companies succeeded. And coming to the service point of view, other companies also provide service basis and also product basis. So this is majorly helping the customers. So this is solving some problem for the customers who are facing difficulties. So that's the reason these companies succeeded. And when we start this, when we identified any problem or when we identified something we can solve, we need to think about the resources, whether it is available or not. Resources in the sense, if we consider like technology, we should have a app or like any website or a platform to solve the problem. So we need to think about it. Along with that, we need to think about the manpower. We need to think about the money to manage all these things. And what are the risks available? Maybe legal risks, maybe employment risk, or might be funding risk. So what are the risks available? We need to think about those things. So if we think about all these things before we start, it will be a very easy way to be succeeded. So the major point I want to cover, one more thing, is like how we can convert an idea to a successful product or successful service. So when we get an idea, we need to screen it. Screening is nothing but we need to evaluate in detail what are the pros and cons, what are the do's and don'ts, pros and cons, positives and negatives. People think about always positive things and they get into that. Then the negative factor comes into the picture and they will dropping down from the particular idea. So once we get any new idea, we need to screen it. An example, I thought, actually, I don't know about Dunzo before I start local shopping, to be frank, because I did not do properly screening. That's a mistake I did. But still, I identified how to solve the problem. Usually, I thought before starting this local shopping, I thought like we should provide multiple items, not only food. We need to provide groceries, we need to provide food, we need to provide electrical items, we need to provide computer items, we need to provide books, multiple things to the customers, where it should be a one single app where it can solve the customer's problem. So that tomorrow if Swiggy, Zomato comes into the market, we will be in a good position. That's what I thought, and I started. After building the application, I get to know like there is an application called Dunzo, which is successfully already in the market. And so many small companies who already have this type of applications, I get to know. But I evaluated again. This Dunzo app, they are not in the small towns. So that no problem, we can get into it and we can execute it. Then in the idea screening, I evaluated that and I thought, okay, let's move forward. And to execute this particular idea, we need a platform, right? Like app or a website. So initially we don't have any app, and we don't have resources also. But I want to go ahead and execute it. Then I have resources who knows WordPress and the plugins like the WooCommerce concept, WooCommerce framework. So we have installed all those plugins and we build the application. But the application is very slow and very difficult for the end users to use it. But we don't know about the market clearly, as we were very new to this particular area. So we thought of let's test it out. So we developed the concept, we tested it, and we did this marketing strategy, and we did some business analysis with this particular small application which we built on the WordPress. When we do the market strategy, people are accepting it, and we identified at least 100 to 150 orders we need for generating a revenue. After analysis, then we started building the product. So now we are in the middle of this product development. Actually, we changed this WordPress application into an Android app, which communicates drivers, merchants, and also the customers. We converted as a product where we thought of not only for one particular town like Bapatla or like a new district of Bapatla. We need to go into this type of areas. We need to go into multiple. Hello. Yeah, let me continue. So this type of idea, I just want to continue with multiple other towns or cities. Then we converted as a product, and we started giving the service to Chirala as well. And we are testing with Chirala market, because we should not go with one particular area itself, right? So we evaluated the market idea and all strategies and analysis, everything in Bapatla. Then we started testing in Chirala, because area to area some differences will be there. So once we are in the evaluation process of Chirala, because almost like 1 month completed in Chirala. Now we have almost like 15 towns requesting for this particular franchisee model, where we can go as a commercial way, and we can enter into the big market with all the with all type of aspects. So why I just converted my idea into this particular slide is to make you guys understand how you guys need to think about your idea. When you get a new idea, you need to think, you need to execute, you need to screen, you need to execute, and you need to test it out and do the necessary changes if required, what not required, and then you need to implement like a good product, and then you need to go to market. That's the major reason I just added this slide actually. And there are a lot of myths of the entrepreneurship. So many people think like entrepreneurs are like they just do, they don't think properly, or entrepreneurs are born, they are not made. Entrepreneurs are always inventors. Entrepreneurs are academic and social entrepreneurs must fit the profile, and entrepreneurs need is money, entrepreneurs need is luck. So there are a lot of myths. But in my entrepreneur life, I studied my bachelor's degree in Bapatla Engineering College. I'm not too clever, or I'm not a topper. I'm not with a good percentage in my bachelor's degree, to be frank. And I did my master's with by qualifying GATE in Jain to Hyderabad, but I'm not good in the studies as well. But I learned in my job when I was working in a startup company. I have taken my complete responsibility, whatever the work assigned to me, and also the new things which were happening inside the company. I just learned. Might be a small work, or might be a big work, or which is non-technical, or which is technical. Whatever it might be, I just involved there. I just learned all those things from there with my own interest. That made me like to think, why can't I start my own company? Why can't I do it? So I started thinking about it. So because when we start a company, or when we become an entrepreneur, we need to think a lot of aspects like funds, resources, the employees who need to work, high-level employees, middle-level employees, or freshers. So a lot of things we need to think. How to generate the revenue, how to pay salaries, a lot of things. So when I involved in my company, when I was working in all the places, because on that particular time when I tried to understand how this works and all, then I thought I need to become an entrepreneur, and started learning all the things. Whenever I get a free time, apart from my work, I started thinking, and I started learning, and I started working along with them to get good experience there. So before if you want to be an entrepreneur, you need to prepare yourself. You need to find some mentor who can guide you. There are a lot of successful people in the industry. So you need to find some mentor who can guide you. Or like you need to get some experience. I see like a lot of freshers, small, like new people directly comes into entrepreneurship and more percentage failing as well because they don't have the experience. They have a very good idea. They don't know how to execute it. That's the reason they fail. When you learn how to execute the things when you're studying itself, it will make you to grow fastly or like to be successful. If you're not learning those things, how to gain that type of experience, it will be a bit difficult part. That's what I have learned actually. So you can find some mentor who can guide you, and you need to increase your network. You need to increase your network, not Facebook friends or not like WhatsApp friends. Usually students will be having more. We should increase our professional network. Everybody make sure you have your LinkedIn account. Properly use your LinkedIn account. There are so many courses in the YouTube, or maybe you can identify in web how the best way you can put your LinkedIn account. How can you increase the professional network? If you want to become an entrepreneur, you have an entrepreneurial groups. Just join those groups. Either maybe in Facebook also we have. Join those groups. See like what they're discussing, what they're communicating, and be a part of their communication. You also put some words like if you have any questions, ask them. No one is going to scold you, or no one is going to say no for that. They will be answering your questions. So ask the questions if you have anything, and build up your professional network. Become friends with them, get inputs regularly, and who is the best if you find, make them as your mentor, talk to them, get all the inputs, increase your professional network. The best way of increasing a professional network is your LinkedIn and talking to the professionals. That if you're not talking, just creating the account and adding them as a friends, that will not give you any output. So build your own professional network and learn about entrepreneurs. Most of the people, to learn about entrepreneurs, they will see, they will search top 10 entrepreneurs or top 100 entrepreneurs or successful entrepreneurs. Always you guys are, usually people always look into the successful entrepreneurs, which is good. And also we need to do why entrepreneurs failed as well. What are the mistakes they did so that they failed? You need to look into those things also. Why? Because if you understood why they failed, you should not do that. So automatically that will help you to be successful. If you're not doing the things which they fail, that will be helping you in a better way. And also you need to understand the preferences, the priority, business priority, business preferences. You need to understand the personality and also increase and business preferences. You should think like when we should do and what we should do. You should prioritize it. That will be giving you a faster success. If you're not prioritizing properly, that will completely mess up. And one more thing is like we need to improve always new skills and critical skills. You need to learn regularly, or like what's exactly happening in the market, in the industry. What are the new things coming into the picture? How we can learn those and we can utilize those. So we need to improve regularly by acquiring the new critical skills. So whatever the industry you are in, either in mechanical or might be IT, either maybe some other business wise, if you say logistics, healthcare, finance, banking, whatever the sector, whatever the industry, you need to understand that. You need to study that. So if you understand that particular industry, you will know the loopholes. You will know what we need to do in a correct way. What is the wrong way which we are doing, it will affect us. So you need to understand those. So for this and all is like a life cycle, like cycle. It's like regularly we need to do. We need to regularly increase our business network. It's not one-time thing. We need to regularly learn about the entrepreneurs, because every day new entrepreneurs coming and will be leaving, and we need to prioritize every time, and we need to acquire every time the new skills, and we need to understand the industry every day or like every time. It's not like one time stop. So when you're doing it out, find out the mentors who can guide you. This will help. It's an ongoing process. It will help to make you a successful entrepreneur. This is the way of you to prepare your entrepreneurship. And once you get the once you plan to build a product or maybe services, you need to do some market research. As I already told you how to do the complete how to execute the idea. This is like how to do the market research in depth. So you need to define the problem and approach the formula, how what and all we need to execute and all. Research and select how research the things, how the we need to execute the things and all, and collect the data regards this particular idea and process that and do some analysis and reporting. Maybe I just give much more detail here. So how I did the things is like in the market research. When we thought of executing the new idea, we saw like what are the type of people here lives in this particular area. What is the total population? What type of people stay here? Whether our product will be executed properly or not. Whether we can able to process the business here properly, whether we can get the output or not. Based on that, we did the market research. So when it comes to in our local Shopee, when we did it, we understood like we cannot be a successful here. Why? Because most of the people may not do online business here compared to cities. That's the reason bigger companies are not ready to come here. That's the actual reason they shared me as well. The population is low, and more amount of people will not do online market, online shopping, or like online delivery system they will use here. But still, we thought like we need to reduce our expenses so that we can able to be market good fit. We thought that's the way of we analyzed and we executed. So the same way, whenever you are defining any problem, you see like whether in that market, wherever you are planning to execute it, whether it is perfectly fit or not, you guys need to evaluate it. So here are a few challenges and opportunities in the entrepreneurial path. The challenges which we faced and also the opportunities which we identified in our entrepreneurial journey we just put together here. We need to find the right business opportunity. So there are a lot of types of businesses where we are good fit. We need to see and where we are strong and what is the need in that particular area, like wherever you want to execute that particular area. You need to think about it and we need to see whether it's a right business opportunity or not. Then we need to execute it. And we need to work hard. In the starting stages, it's very difficult thinking about the timings. I will work only 9 to 6. I will work only like my office timings so that we can get the results fastly. It will not work out actually for a new entrepreneur. So we need to work for long hours as well. Without money also we need to work. Don't expect immediate money also. And we need to take major decisions that affects some lives as well, people's lives. For example, spending more time in the office where we cannot spend time with the family. That will be difficult to the family as well. So the bigger other challenge is like when we rely on somebody, if they are not responding properly or if they are not taking the responsibility, it will be a very big challenging. Because when we have a startup company, relying on the other resources, these guys and if they are expertise, if they are not responding us, it will affect the productivity. It will affect the business. So that is the biggest challenging feature as well. Sometimes we may have failures. Sometimes we may have success. Everything we need to take the failure and we should not repeat the failure so that we will reach the success. And when we want to execute the company or when we want to make the company to grow fastly, we need to find the right people. Hiring the proper people is very, very, very important for a startup company or for a new entrepreneur. So if we have a proper team, it will be very easy to execute the thing. Instead of working one person, as a team, if we work, we can able to get more output, more productivity. And also about the funding, also it is a bit difficult, but the entrepreneur part, getting the funds, revenue generation is a little bit difficult part. Coming to the opportunities, we can be independent, we can be a full owner, or like we will be like head of the work. We can also evaluate what is going good, and also we can also have the good business environment however we like. And we can also, if we want to show some difference about this businesses, we can show the differences because we are the ultimate decision makers. And also we can create some new jobs as well. And also we can support the community. So I feel like much happy on the opportunities which I was giving in this my native place. Native place by creating some jobs, supporting the community which I was well known. And I built my own entrepreneurial path where I can able to execute my ideas. A few reality things I want to share, like we will be very exciting to do, but it will be a little bit hard. Sometimes it works, sometimes it will mess up. Sometimes it will be a great and it will be good, but sometimes the money wise we may bankrupt. And also sometimes we'll be very good, sometimes we'll be very wrong. And finally, after having all these things, if we do in a good job, we can able to see a success. Then our life will be great. So in a day, there are maybe 8 hours, 10 hours, or 12 hours, whatever you work. Hours to like 1 hour, you will be very happy, and 1 hour suddenly, if some other critical issue is coming into the picture, we will be very tired or very high stress and problems. So we need to be balancedly working. We should make sure we are very balanced, we are taking proper decisions, and working in a proper way in complete day. There's the actual reality of the entrepreneur. So we need to make sure we are taking good, we are taking bad, we need to work hard. Sometimes everything will working in a good stage. Sometimes some few things will be going wrong, but we should be balanced and we should plan for our vision to make that to be succeeded. Major thing I want to cover here is about the funding part, which is very important for the startup entrepreneurs. Lot of startups fail as they don't have the fund. Actually, I was also facing some funding problem earlier instance from the day one. It's not regularly it will be there, but I took some decision not to take any help from others. So I was going in that direction. But there are multiple types of funding. I'll just share that information to you guys. So there is so many ways by getting the funding, like bootstrapping, getting some loans from the bank, angel investors, venture capitalists, crowdfunding, getting from some local organizations. So getting funds from different ways, but I will just give you some difference on those things. So there are different ways on the funding part, crowdfunding, or like where I mentioned here, like bootstrapping, or maybe like angel investors or venture capitalists. Based on the levels, this varies actually. Finally, getting the money, giving the output is the final agenda. So if we want to execute a product, after your idea generation, like once you get an idea, once you start executing it, once you start getting the output, you want to expand, you want to grow, you want to make a little bit bigger, because every day we cannot be an individual or maybe with 2 or 3 employees, right? So we need to grow. Then when you grow the business, automatically the income increases, and it's regular. It's completely proportional. If you are increasing the revenue, automatically your growth also increases. So when you want the funding, initial stages, no one will be giving you money because they don't believe you. A lot of people, they don't believe. But always in the initial stages, no one believes. So we need outside people will not believe, like some other unknown people. On that time, you need to get some help from your friends or family or maybe relatives, a minimal amount. Don't go with very high in the initial stages because we don't know whether we will be succeeded or failure. So we just need, because some without knowing we will do mistakes. So get some basic funding from your relatives or family or maybe friends, brothers, and start executing it. Show the results. Work to get results. So what you invested and what is the output you're getting, just evaluate it. Once you evaluate it, then we can go for a crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is nothing but where it's in online, where we can show what we have started, what is our idea and how we executed it, and what is the output we are getting. No one will show, no one will invest in your idea if you are not ready to show the results. So if you are not ready to show the results, no one will invest. So it's a very difficult part. So the thing is, like, initially we need to plan to show a basic results, at least basic results, and also a clear plan in particular time, what is the output we can able to bring. So we can initiate through crowdfunding in the initial stages, where there are a lot of online websites where we can able to upload our idea, show the results what we have out, what we brought, and expect some funding. But it's not that much easy. And the second part is about angel investors, where angel investors is like some group of people investing in your startup company by evaluating your basic results, or maybe like evaluating like what you can do in the coming days. They will invest time, they will invest money, they will invest their expertise to get the results and to be successful. And if you are in the middle level company, and if you can able to give a good amount of results, and if you are already a minimum level of successfulness, if you can see, then it comes to the venture capitalists. This venture capitalists, they are like completely financial people, where they will invest their money and they expected the output also very fast. They can invest a huge amount of money, like to whatever the best fit for in the market about the product. They will evaluate it in detail. They will see what will be the best fit, and they will invest, and they expect the results also very fast. In my case, I don't have any angel investors or crowdfunding or venture capitalists till now. I got angel investors request, but I simply not accepted that request. I rejected it. Only the thing is, like, as of now, I'm the ultimate boss, and I'm executing the things as I like. For my vision, or for my goal is like to retire by 2025 with a good product in the market, by creating a good product and providing in the market. That's my ultimate goal, to retire fast. But the angel investors, they requested that they will invest a lot of money where I can have my own good office, good infrastructure, well-established team, and all these things. But once we get the angel investors or crowdfunder, finding people or venture capitalists over, maybe we need to answer them when we are going to give the results. So that's the only reason my internal thought. I thought, like, let's make me strong in few areas, then look for funding. Until that time, let me invest myself. So I was running the businesses, I was doing some services, and also I'm providing some web application development, product development, for some logistic businesses, and some other companies, and also selling few products like email infrastructure, SMS infrastructure. We are selling into multiple countries, and generating some revenue, and investing into this martech company, or like local shopping company. So I did not expect any angel investors in the initial stages. Just I want to bring the results, then get into those. So that's what majorly about the funding. So to be very clear on the funding part, you guys first need to drill down your idea, and or do the screening part, execute it, bring some results, some basic results, have a clear plan, what can be done after 1 year, what can be done after 3 years, what can be done after 5 years, have a clear idea. Then you go to the crowdfunding, you can definitely get good funding, and maybe our angel investors. So if you get a crowdfunding or angel investors, getting a venture capitalist will be easy, because these two places where you can get in the funding in the initial stages. Or if you think no need to get into these things, just get some finance from the banking sector. As I mentioned here, few things like some local economic development organizations also is there, or getting from the loans from the banks. So that you can pay the things monthly specific, or maybe at specific, whatever the way of loan you guys are taking about. This way we can able to get the funds. So getting the funds, executing, everything good, but how many startups are successful and how many startups are failing? Why they are failing? That we need to understand. And successful companies already we know. All the companies are initially they are startups only. So every company is initially a startup. They start with 1 or 2 or with 1 or 3 employees or one, and then grows gradually. So, but we need to talk now. Successful companies, we know so many companies are available in the market. But why few companies are failing? What are the chances of failing? That we will try to understand. So basically, in IBM Institute, they just given like around 90% of Indian startups fail in the past 5 years, as so many companies registered and created jobs. What are the chances we will see? So here's some other like graphical information, like, so I'll just go with other things, just failure numbers, so not discuss much on the numbers. So I just give here, why does most startups fail? Lack of funds, poor financial planning. As I told you, we cannot get funds easily. There's a process of getting the funds. Simply no one will come and invest in your company. You need to show the success. In the interview panel, basically, as you guys are all students here, this is very important. As I went for so many tries to conduct interviews, every student will say, if you give us job, we will prove ourselves and we will give better output to the company. What you guys did in the past 4 years in your bachelor's degree, what you brought newly, what the things you did new. No one, maximum number of people will not have any answer. The thing is, like, they will say, if you give opportunity, we will prove what you did 4 years, what you have executed, what are the plans you tried at least, what are all the successful things you did, what are all failure things apart from your curriculum. Regards the curriculum, or like regards your subjects, you will read, you will learn, you will understand, you will write exams, you will pass, you completed your bachelor's degree. But what you brought out of it, what is the execution you did on your theoretical study? Lab exams we will go and attend just to get marks, or maybe like to complete our internal and external exams for score. But any new things we identified, or any new practical things we did to do new things. In our labs, if you do this, you will get output so and so. But did you try any new thing? If you try that one, a new way to get new results, that will be a sensation. That will help you to increase your new ideas, increase your execute your ideas to generate results. So the same way, to get the funds, we need to get the results. We need to execute our idea and get at least a basic results. In your curriculum also, in your education also, in the 4 years, you guys need to execute your plan or idea and expect at least basic results. If you show that results to your interview panel, or maybe the person who is coming for the interview there, he will be much impressed, because you are into research and development. You're trying to do some research and trying to execute it something new. This is the thing actually companies are expecting. This will help you to start your own company itself or your own entrepreneur life itself. So this will make you to get more funds also. Like maybe when you're reading in the newspaper, with college, Vellore Institute of Technology, or maybe some IIT students got some angel investment, or maybe like they got some crowdfunding for their idea, some crores of rupees, because they will get some idea, they will execute it, and they will show some basic results. And the people who are investing, if they like that idea, they will invest more if that is a very good market fit. Usually, any angel investors or anybody, why they invest is like to increase their revenues. If your idea is a good product, they are ready to invest. The thing is like the problem is like we don't think how to execute our idea. That's the major problem. So we need to plan accordingly. So the failing of the startups is the first thing is about the funds, because their ideas, they have the idea, they screened it, but they did not execute it properly to get the results, to show the basic results. The second is like customers don't like the product which you build, and maybe it's any legal issues if they have. If their screening is not proper or the marketing strategy is not happened properly for the product, automatically this type of problems will come, like legal problems, or maybe like customers that may don't like the service, or better service already might be available. That is the major reason the most startups fail, and how we can bounce back from the startups failure. So we should not think always starting, failing, or success. We need to think about how we can bring back our failure or like bounce back. If something is going wrong, we need to correct it. Then we need to come back into the industry and we need to execute it. So always, once you started executing it, always talk to the people who just use that, or like you can just share the information to others and try to evaluate it. Maybe in the initial stages, better if for your known people like family or friends, talk to them, who is well having good ideas about those things, or maybe your mentor or whoever might be, get some information on that, and take the decision in the right time, and also see the opportunities where exactly we can execute it, and then try for the funding, get the results, and get some crowdfunding or maybe angel investment in the initial stages. That will make you to grow very fastly and get the venture capitals running as well. So in 2019, few startup failed companies we just put together here. However, it's taking time, and also I just put together the top 20 reasons why startups fail. The product which we build that is not required for the market or due to money, 42% is that for that reason. And if there is no money, 29% of companies are failing. If we don't have proper team also, if the team members are not good fit, we need to pay the salaries and the money will be completed and they will not work properly, then it will be a failure. So not the right team. If we don't have the right team, we'll fail. Or the price is if we build the product and if we keep high price, no one will come and use our product and it will be a fail. And the quality of the product is not good, people will not use our product. If the business model is not good, they will not use. So I just overall put some 20 points, 20 reasons why startups are failing, with some insights, by referring some insights. And also, as we just put together here as well, highest funding startups in India. Like as I mentioned, Swiggy, like you can see Swiggy, Oyo. So you can see the industries like food delivery, Swiggy. Oyo is into budget hotels, Byju's, Paytm, Zomato, Udam. So these are the companies who got high fundings. Maybe you can see here in the slide. And the conclusion I just want to give, like overall, is like for the entrepreneur, it's a very good initiation, but we need to learn, we need to get complete knowledge before you get into the entrepreneurship. If you have a good idea, that will help you to grow fastly rather than getting into failure. and there will be problems, there will be failures, there will be difficultiness, and there will be having some family issues, like you cannot spend good time with your family. There are a lot of problems, but you should not afraid. You should not lose your confidence. You should not uh, miss the. You should not think about the only failures. Understand the failures and try for the successful part. That's how I added one slide in middle. How we can change, bounce back from the failures. And you need to properly manage the money, because money changes a lot of things in our in the entrepreneur path, because for everything we need money to execute. Instead of getting into lack of money, uh, if you manage properly money and properly having a proper network to understand the things with mentors, or maybe like in your networking group, you can learn from them. It will be easy for your entrepreneurial growth. So just covered a few things already. It's like 1 o'clock. So any questions, I'm happy to answer. Yes, any questions, I'm happy to answer. And also, I'll be in Bapatla itself, and I can share my contact number, or maybe my email ID or my LinkedIn profile. You can find out me. And if you want to directly talk to me, we can have a cup of tea and we can discuss in my office, or I'm ready to come and meet you guys if you want anywhere, or you can come to my office and we can meet and we can discuss if you have any good ideas and how to execute. I can provide the support. I can provide my complete support along with my team members to make you guys good entrepreneurs. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer those, and we will take it forward. Any questions? All right. Thank you very much. It seems no one is raising your hand regards to the question. But if you think it's difficult to ask in the group, you can contact me from the LinkedIn, or LinkedIn. You can just send a message, or you can directly come to our office as well, or you can contact me through phone. I'm happy to answer any type of questions on your entrepreneur plans. But I suggest to get into detail on the entrepreneurial plan, understand it, then start executing it. Because I see like a couple of my friends failed, but a couple of my friends succeeded as well. So always there will be failures and success. So if we learn and we go, we will see success. If we don't learn and if we go into that, we may be fail. But I wish you guys, everybody, to be into the successful path. So if you guys expect any support from my end, I'm happy to support on those points, and that will be helping your careers. Thank you, everyone, and we'll catch up soon whenever you are expecting any support from my end. Srinivas sir, any other points you want me to cover, or we can wind up? Srinivas sir, am I audible? Hello? All right. All right, guys. Thank you very much. It's time for lunch for you guys. Have a good lunch. Take care. Thank you. Goodbye.
Sir, sorry for this inconvenience, sir. Lakshmi Srinivasa, mic, sir, mic కొంచెం disturb అయింది, sir. Hello, sir, am I audible? Kiran, sir. Sir, am I audible? Sir.